What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link could be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link. They also asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video is entitled The Hypocritical Disrespect of the Educated Lame. I thought I did this before, but I guess not. I did a lot of videos. Here's the thing. You know, when people consider somebody to be quote unquote educated lame, it's looked like you know, the guy straight laced, he went to school, he didn't make any mistakes in life, but at the same time he's whining about not getting the women that he wanted, and he's in some ways part of the stereotype is he's not looking at himself to self improve, and if he dates other people, he's dating people who are let's just say unattractive, right? Now, part of that stereotype can absolutely fit. You know, we know guys who are quote unquote educated lames that don't want to self improve their image. You know, we do. We know guys who how can I put this? Who may be a little bit socially awkward or whatever. Yeah. Or people who are just upset that the only thing is they're just educated and people looked at them as a backup plan. And they're pissed off about that, which is absolutely true. But this aspect of their whining. Now, I'm going to do this from a male to male standpoint as far as the black community in this. And then, because on the flip side of that is the Pookie and Ray Ray, right? Now, the educated lame is not looked at as a degenerate. The Pookie and Ray Ray stereotype is. But the problem with that is also the hypocrisy of how much you revere the Pookie and Ray Ray type. Oh man, if he was a criminal once in the past, that's okay. You know, yeah, he was a drug dealer, he was a pimp, he was a gangster. Yeah, he shot a couple of people up. You know, he went to jail. All our best and brightest black men are in jail. But at the same time, you look at those type of guys as the best and the brightest because they're, first of all, criminals or criminal-minded, or they just so stupid that they got caught. But they're the best and the brightest. But when they say something, or the things that they have done in the community are just overlooked. You know, if they were selling drugs, that might have affected your family in some way. If there was a gangster, that might have affected your family in some way. You know, the type of people that you say you dislike and have a disdain for, and who might be a detriment to the community, are the same people you're propping up as good people. Who is the white man? Well, it's not really the white man. And the reason I'm bringing that part up is because, you know, when they speak, they're not whining. They're aggressive. They're the soldiers. But like, you know, I could have swore I said this before. A lot of these Pookie and Ray Ray types are very much so afraid of white folks. They're the very type of guy, we need people to fight white supremacy. They're the very type of guy that'll pull a gun out on a black person, and then when a white person show up, yes sir, I won't do that, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I will never, sir. No, I'm not like that. I promise. Don't lock me up, sir. See, that's a problem. And that's the hypocrisy of part of this stuff. Now, let me fast forward a little bit to the gender part. Educated lame is somebody who's educated. Now here's the problem with educated lames and gender. If you look at our women, we're highly educated. So the highly educated people don't want educated people. They don't have enough swagger. So this kind of plays into the ideology of these educated lames. Because a lot of these women who say they're educated lames. Just saying. Even by definition, they're educated. They went to school. They got a good education, and they stayed out of trouble. Right? But the same way, they have a lack of working on self-improvement too. Because when guys talk about the dating market, what do you hear? I went to school. I got an education. But you're overweight though. But I got a degree. I don't have to fix this. But you take care of your weave more than you do your natural hair. But I got a degree. I don't have to fix that. You got your attitude sucks. But I got a degree. I don't have to fix that. Right. Okay. But because I'm educated, you need to do all these things for me. Oh, okay. Now, what is the problem? I'm not trying to say, we're having problem finding good men. But see, we're just talking about relationships and sexual market value and dating in general. Now, if the men are having their issues and their complaints, they're whining. If the women are having it, they're just speaking their mind. They're speaking their truth. Now, if the Pookies and Ray Rays are having complaints, they're not whining. They G-checking these girls. This is a problem. Big problem. Because whether it's the men, it's only one group that can't complain. That's the educated lane. But everybody else can complain. Educated lane complains, he's a whiner. Everybody else is just a complaint. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because people don't want to take the time to think about or admit that you just don't want the educated lame to talk. The educated lame is not supposed to have a voice in our community. He don't have enough swagger to have a voice in the community. But he's the very person you need to fix the community. So how can, and the reason I'm making this video is because if the quote-unquote Pookie and Ray Ray guy was so damn good, they would have been fixed the community. And people would have been put it at their feet to fix the community. All these complaints about guys being no good and deadbeats and fuck boys and not real men, that lays on the side of the Pookie and Ray Ray. But all of a sudden, people act like that's not the point. People get mad because educated lame won't fix it. You said why? You said he was no good. Just because you went to school and got an education doesn't mean you're a good guy. Just because you're responsible doesn't mean you're a good catch. Now, the same thing we say to women about getting an education, a degree doesn't make you wife material. Y'all said the same thing about the men. The problem is we're talking about two different genders. If you're looking at men for the way he can protect and provide, this is the problem. You can have reverence to the guy that's quote unquote a Pookie and Ray Ray because you feel like he can protect. But by stereotype, he can't provide. But you can still respect the fact that he can protect. So you're upset at those guys because you feel protected, but you broke. Now, when it comes to the educated lames, you feel provided for, but you don't feel like people are scared of them. Because you're actually protected because you don't hear all these shenanigans in the households that are around educated lames. You don't hear all of this abuse and violence, around these quote unquote educated lames. You don't, because they're not having it. They're not around it. They're not trying to be around it. They separate themselves from the shenanigans before they happen, so you're protected. You don't have the drama, but you have a demographic of people who want the drama and want to be protected from the drama at the same time, which is stupid. And Educated Lames know it's stupid, and even the Pookie and Ray Rays know it's stupid. But that's how you know. But if as long as you play to these stupid fantasies, you get the girls. So I'm done at this particular point on this one. That's just my 2 cents. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.